Counselors Craft a Curious Path with Ruby and Olivia.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Ruby Miller, a multidisciplinary artist, singer-songwriter, therapist, and wisdom seeker with a background in opera, ceramics, and photography.
And I'm Olivia Candosia. I'm an actor, theater director, voiceover artist, early childhood educator, and drama therapist. We are both neurodiverse therapists who strive to infuse more wonder, authenticity, and joy into modern life. We're here to share our hearts and stories, and in turn, listen to yours. Here we gather with you to craft the curious path of life, therapy, and art. Welcome and co-create with us.
Welcome, everyone. Hi, Olivia.
Hi, Caitlin. Welcome to Counselors Craft a Curious Path. I forgot the name of our podcast.
Counselors Craft a Curious Path.
Caitlin, if you were an element right now, what kind of element do you feel like you're embodying?
Like an element on the periodic table?
No, just like earth, air, wind, and fire, not like aluminum.
Thinking Mercury. I'm not Mercury right now, though. I would say I'm water, like really like a current under the main current of the ocean. So if you were to like dive 50 feet deep, I'm whatever that current is in the ocean.
Whoa. Cool.
Where are you at? What's your element?
I think I'm earth stuck on the ground, but in my heart there's like a whirlpool of water.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. I love that. I was thinking about check-ins we could do for our group, and that was like something like that is an idea. Like, what element are you at? Like, creative ways to sort of tune into yourself where neurodivergent people might um, identify with it more because it feels more accessible than, how are you doing? Which essentially is a question that means, I am saying, hi, tell me you are doing well. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Like, that's the norm. So, yeah, but with all of that said, we decided to do more animal archetypal role play. This is the Animal Spirit deck by Kim Kranz, and we chatted about it on last episode, and we did some interviewing where Olivia was interviewing me as playing an animal inside of me, and we switched. And then at the end of the episode, we did a double role play where Olivia was the hawk. Olivia was the eagle in her, and I was the bee in me. And then we want to try that again today. And this might be a thing we would do in a group too, where each person would embody a character in themselves and then play it to each other. So part of just a little bit of a backdrop, there's an IFS element to this in the sense of this is the dragon in me, so I am playing a part of me versus I am just playing a dragon. So that's kind of part of the therapeutic element of it. Yeah.
Cool.
So
and
with all of that, go ahead.
I'm saying before this, before we hit record, we had kind of a heavier conversation, and so Caitlin and I decided to use that of like, okay, we're not gonna go like real deep with some other archetypes. We're gonna, and maybe we will get deep with the animals, but the animals felt more playful and appropriate for where we're at right now.
Yeah. And then like, there is something about both of us playing an animal, the animal archetype in us, where we can free ourselves from the heavy conversation we just had as like human beings, as like main parts of ourselves or whatever, and sort of play more, which I actually suspect one of us might cry. I don't know. It's just a guess. But we'll see.
Never cry. I never cry.
Yeah, I never cry either. I don't know if I've cried on the podcast, but I do cry. That's a joke.
I cried twice in the last podcast I just recorded with somebody. 2 times.
Great. Oh, I'm so excited to listen to that. When you were describing it, I was like, I need to listen. It's required. I must listen.
It's called Crazy, right, everybody?
Oh, I love that. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle the cards. So how about the first card I draw is for you? This is the archetype, the animal archetype you'll play in yourself. You'll be the bat in you.
Bat.
Look at that drawing. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay, so Olivia will blah, 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 blah. Olivia will be playing the bat in her, and then I will be playing the rabbit in me.
Interesting.
Um, so I think maybe starting with the name of each one, and then you can maybe do some drama therapy-esque prompts, and then we'll ease into the role play.
Okay.
I want to name the rabbit Petunia. I want it
That's
to be
so
like
cute.
a sweet feminine name, and I'm thinking not quite a baby bunny rabbit, but like a whatever the teenage version is. So like you look at it and it's not full grown yet.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name my bat Max.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Do you want to prompt us
Um,
a little bit?
sure. Uh, when you think of the rabbit in you, give me 3 words to describe that.
Sweet, curious, frenetic.
And where is your rabbit right now?
Um, right here. Oh, I'm wearing a horse necklace, but like right here, at first I felt the rabbit in my heart and then it like jumped up frenetically to like here. So
Mm,
what is this? The
throat
sternum?
chakra?
Well, this is
Clavicle?
the like collarbone, right in between the collarbone. That's
Okay.
where I feel it.
So you feel it there. If you were to put it in the space, where in the space would it be with you?
Ooh. Okay, so I'm in a bedroom right now, but I'm in like a window seat, and I pictured it running under the bed, like not wanting to be on the podcast. Like just
Mm,
like I don't want to be here,
mm.
the rabbit. So it was like sort of as though it was like looking at me, telling that I'm recording a podcast, and then just like I'm under the bed, bye.
Great.
Yeah, so it would be hiding under the bed, but like the type of energy where you can tell there's something in the room with you, even if you can't see it.
Hmm.
So for you, what are the answers to all of those questions as the bat?
Um, describe me.
Is it
Ma-
3 words?
Max
Hmm.
is very still.
Ooh.
Um, Max is cold.
Mm.
Um, and Max is really attuned to their surroundings.
Mm. Where do you feel Max in your body?
My hips, my waist, like where you put your hands on,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
then
I pictured the shape of the pelvis and how the top is like this, and then I pictured the bat with the bat wings, and
yeah.
like your hips, the top of your hips with the
Hmm.
yeah. Um, if Max was in the room with you, where would he be?
I think it's like the top corner of the ceiling, just hanging out.
Yeah. So both of our parts are a little like distant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, thinking about the conversation we just had. Yeah. And just for viewers, like there was a sense of like, whoa, we just got really heavy, like not in a bad way, but in like a good way, but like, whoa. Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Even my like sneeze is trying to run away under the bed. Um, okay, so did I name my rabbit Petunia?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I was like, at first I thought Patricia, and I was like, I think I named it Petunia.
Petunia.
So, Mac, I'm honestly jealous of how grounded you are. I'm thinking about how you're in Olivia's pelvis, and I'm just like kind of ugh, in Caitlin's, whatever this is, décolletage. And
You're.
yeah, it's interesting though how the shape of these bones are also like a V, like the bat. I just thought of that, the bat, but yeah, I'm just kind of like, ugh, like shaking.
Are you, Petunia, jealous of me? Or is Caitlin jealous of me, Max?
Um, I think it's both. I think it's both, but I was speaking from Petunia in that moment. Like I feel like Petunia's my jealousy towards you as Petunia is that I'm just like frantic and not quite sure of myself. I kind of just want to get older and turn
You know
into
what, Petunia? That used to be me. I used to be flying all over the place. going wild, and now I'm kind of want to just chill for a second.
Wow.
I,
You seem kind of sad. Are you sad?
uh, I don't know if I'm sad. I do envy a little bit of the running around and playfulness because it's something that I used to have a lot of, and I think I talk about it more than I actually do it. And so to see you do it is inspiring.
Wow, I am so surprised by the positive things you're seeing in me.
You're surprised.
Yeah,
How are you?
I think so little of myself.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked. I'm
How do
just a
you
teenage rabbit.
how do you think you've been serving Caitlin?
I think I'm helping her feel more playful, but I think I annoy her. But I would say, okay, serving implies like, how am I helping her? I think I'm helping her feel more playful. I'm thinking that she was on a walk with her mother that she was recording, and it was a talk about therapy and all of these things, and her mom, and she ran into a baby bunny on the walk, and Caitlin's heart just kind of melted a little bit and felt very playful. And I'm thinking about a jumping teenage rabbit where there's like a little bit less naivete, but still a lot of play. And I feel like I'm bringing play to her life. And I feel like Olivia's self is very playful. So I'm thinking about Olivia and then I'm seeing you and I'm kind of
Yeah, I
sad.
it's a little bit of I mean, I'm in the darkness all the time. That's where I have to be. That's my home.
Yeah. What wisdom do you have from the darkness, Max?
Uh, that there is value in stillness, even though you love to get things, or Olivia loves to get things done and play and things, but there's value in also just being wherever you're at.
You strike me as afraid to be in the corner of the room. Do you?
I can't see anything. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know really where I am. I've got
can
my
I help
Kate.
you?
Can you give me vision? Bats can't see.
I
As
wish
far.
I could. I wish I could.
So I have to figure out how to understand things in a different way with my great ears or my mouth.
Wow.
I have no vision. Olivia has lots of visions, but
Hmm.
sometimes I come to her and show her that she doesn't know what she's doing and she's a
Hmm.
little lost. But she can sit in that.
So are you saying do you show her a different perspective because she is such a visionary and you don't have vision? Like, here, Olivia,
Hmm.
this is the thing that I'm sensing that you're not quite getting.
Hmm. Hmm.
What might that be that you serve her by sensing to share with her?
Looking inward, which I know is funny because I'm talking about how I can hear so well, but I think since I am still and no longer fluttering, flying around, the stillness helps her become more attuned to what's happening inside of her.
What is happening inside of Olivia for her to be
Mm,
more in tune with?
little things. Sometimes it's when she is feeling angry or stressed, and we pause, and I help her pause and go, "You haven't eaten anything today." Or
Hmm.
I go, let's be a little more mindful and practice some gratitude right now. I'm showing her a lot of gratitude because there's been some things in her life where she's just been a little pessimistic, and I am helping her look at the good things about the things work, relationships, whatever.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bunny, how do you feel about hearing that? Petunia.
I honestly feel as though I live in such a different realm as you, Max, that
Yeah.
I can't even comprehend. I just want to eat peas in a pod. I want to jump around a garden. I want to smell the flowers. And so I sort of feel like you're opposite. Like I always want to
Mm-hmm.
be moving, and even when I'm not moving, I'm shaking a little bit. And
Yeah.
then I am very much a creature of the day. I am
Yes.
out there, and I am a little silly too. And I
Mm-hmm.
find you to be sort of the opposite. And I know that you had some envy towards me, and I had some envy towards you. And but I keep getting like a sense of sadness when I hear
Mm.
you speak. And I guess, are you sad?
No, I think I'm tired.
Yeah. Then I think about burnout. Um, wow. Yeah, I'm thinking about ways I'd like to sort of encourage Caitlin, because you were sharing about ways that you point out things to Olivia and share wisdom with her. And I feel like there's something about the idea of Caitlin thinking more like a young rabbit and how playful that could be. Like she's currently in on the East Coast in like a different climate that she normally is in. So seeing new flowers, seeing new grass, seeing new plants, seeing new birds. And, there's some overlap, but there's a lot that's different. And so the idea of like, how would it feel if you were 5 pounds and you were a bunny and you were hopping around this yard? Like, what would you notice and how much fun might it be? And also, how much closer to the ground you are? Like, sort of feel that playfulness. And I think Caitlin is very focused on achieving goals in her personal and professional life. And sometimes she misses out on smelling the roses and that like by smelling those roses, it could actually help with
So,
inspiration. And
what
yeah,
would you're saying smelling the roses, but what would like an actual example be for Caitlin to smell the roses in her life more? What could she do?
she would go outside in the garden around this house and she would pick one thing to eat from the garden. And before she ate it, she would like put it in her hand. Like I'm thinking there's a blackberry bush. Maybe there's a blackberry there. She would put the blackberry in her hand, look at it with a little bit of dew and smile and think about the bounty of nature and the playfulness of it. And then she might savor every last bite and smile while she's
Could
doing it.
could we invite this as a piece of homework for her?
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
she already wants to.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about Olivia and how I want to tell her you're gonna sit and you're gonna journal and you're gonna write down all the things you are grateful for. This is something you used to do all the time and it made you so happy. Do
Oh,
it. Do it again. You have the time for it, and it's
yeah.
valuable. It's valuable.
Are you up for breaking out of the
Yeah,
role
let's
play?
break it.
Okay. I just realized I think today's the day you graduate.
Oh, ish. I have one class tomorrow.
Okay.
Uh, but
So
I'm
like
getting,
pretty close.
yeah, pretty close. I'm getting dinner with like my cohort tonight and my teacher, which is fun. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. Yeah, I was thinking about journaling and I was thinking about the bat and the pelvis and like sitting still and then having that be a way to ground yourself through a huge transition. I mean,
Yeah.
graduating with a professional degree with implications that are like you get a license and you do very specific
Yeah.
niche work. Like
It's
that's
weird.
a
It's weird.
yeah, yeah,
Um, I wanna every time we've done the animal things, I for at least a minute whenever the animal's assigned to me, I'm like, oh, do I know anything about this animal? Like I just try and like think of any
yeah,
facts that I know, and it starts to stress me out, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Whatever I think of is what it is, but
yeah.
I it is a thing that happens to me in life of like if I'm not an expert about it, like then do I know anything? And I just notice that happening a lot when we do this
Hmm.
at first.
Yeah, and it's interesting because part of the intention behind doing the animal one was that there's less like
Mm-hmm.
implied expertise that's needed with tarot. But yeah, I felt a little bit of that energy when you were talking about bats being blind. It felt a little bit like you went from the like joy
Right.
and
The
emotion of the
flow
role play,
to
yeah, to
cognitive,
the
yes.
and by the way, yeah, and I was thinking about a similar thing with me in a future episode to get more back in the flow is maybe to
Mm-hmm.
change my voice a little bit or to change my
Yes,
positioning
I think that'd
because
be
I
great.
noticed in this role play you spoke deeper and it felt like you were embodying it in a way that I was able to track more easily.
Yeah, what it would have been like to hear you a little fluttery,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that about the improvising on the piano stuff. So yeah, I think that when I'm doing a role play that isn't singing to be like, what is the voice of this creature? So that might be a thing we could incorporate in future episodes and in groups too is like speak as this character. What's the cadence of their
Yeah,
like
and
speech?
typically, uh, what I'll do too is like, we'll stand up, we'll, maybe we'll even do a warm up if we're walking around the space, like a king, and we're walking like a king. Okay, now walk around like you're a queen. What part of the body did they lead with? What part of the whatever? Now walk around as the assigned character, and then
Yeah.
so we're warming into it. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like the warm up that involves multiple characters or
Yes.
archetypes because it helps you it helps you shift into subtlety.
Hmm.
Um
I almost wanted to ask you to go to the garden, but I'm like, I don't know how we can do that with your computer and the setup right now. But I was like, I want to see
but
you do
yeah.
it now.
Well, one of my visions of doing a podcast is to record a podcast with another person in nature, like in
Yeah,
a
love.
forest, like forest talks. We're talking in a forest.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I agree. I think, yeah, I'm wondering about us. I think I could record this on my phone about us doing a time where we could move more easily or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. And the same with you. But I feel like it would be fun for you to have a deck or something in your hand because it does feel nice to be able to like play
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. So yeah, it was interesting how my interpretation of the bat was very sad, but the bat was really tired. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I kept kind of missing that.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't know if that was just because my voice was different, or like, is this something you were unfamiliar
well,
hearing, or I don't know.
no, I think for me it's that I conflate tiredness with sadness. And that's a
Mm.
thing a lot of my clients
Sure.
will do too. Like they'll take a nap and all of a sudden they'll feel a lot happier. And usually that's a sign that you've conflated it. But I do think that, yeah, so I was, when I kept doing that, I was thinking, oh, that's kind of my Achilles heel is
Yeah.
interpreting. Yeah. But that was a
I
good reminder.
I thought it was so interesting that right away you like, as Petunia, were annoyed with yourself. Like,
Well, yeah, I felt like you were making a statement that that was me, or maybe that was jealousy. I think you were like, "Is Caitlin jealous of me, or are
yeah,
you?"
yeah,
And I was like, "Both, but for different reasons." But
yeah.
yeah, what was the annoyance? I can't even remember that.
I think you were annoyed that like, or maybe you said, "I think I'm annoying Caitlin," as, uh, and you wish that you were older. You said that you wished
Yeah,
you were, yeah,
yeah. The thing that I thought of there is like when we're adults and we're trying to act very adult, whatever our definition of adulthood is, that diverging from what we consider adult can almost seem dangerous. And so I do think more playful parts of myself, sometimes when they come up, I'm like, no, this is time to be serious.
I
And so
relate to
that's the
that.
annoyance.
I
Yeah.
relate to that so much. I mean, the bat in a different way, where it's like I am missing because I keep preaching this idea of play, but I don't have a lot of it in my life right now.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
except for like my clothes, right? Like, or the way I maneuver my voice. But I, it's really hard for me to get into it, or allow myself to without like putting on the role of like, I'm a leader modeling it for you and I can do it. Like, just doing
Yeah.
it in my day-to-day life is a lot more challenging than you'd expect from hearing me talk about it so much.
I'm getting caught up in the I'm a leader and I'm modeling
Yeah,
it because that sounds very lonely.
it does. And it doesn't, because I also love giving people a space to like embody that. I mean, the emperor in me, like, that's one of my favorite parts of myself, is
Yeah.
leading and helping people. That makes me feel playful, but I would like to have that playfulness in other areas more. And I'm probably underselling myself. It's probably there, but I know I want more because I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what it
yeah.
does for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about recent interactions I've had with my partner that have been more playful,
Mm-hmm.
and it almost feels like if we talk about the practical part in me, it feels like the practical part in me starts out by being like, oh, this is too playful, and then eventually is like, oh, actually, this is the most practical thing you could do. Like, there's
Yes.
something
Yes.
about, like, I feel ever since you and I started doing role play and podcasts, I feel like we're getting to know each other on a much deeper level. through play
Yeah.
that would just, it just wouldn't happen if it was, Olivia, how's your week? What's been coming up in
Right.
therapy? Like, I,
It
you know,
yeah, it gives you that space to like you can hide behind a character for a second and like distance
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Um, but also like doing it with somebody gives you like invites you and makes you feel safe because you're like I'm not alone in this vulnerability, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And like you were saying, like when for a moment I got back into the cognitive space, like the play gets us out of it, but yet somehow we're still using this. It's just our awareness of it is gone, and we're just, whew.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also thinking about focusing as much as you can on the present moment being
Yeah.
like an antidote to how much drudgery exists in modern day society. Like looking at a phone and being with other people, looking at a phone, being at work, like scattered attention all the time. And that there's something that is immersive enough about role play that we've been experimenting with that feels as though it gets my brain out of the what should I have done today? What am I going to do later? What should I consider? Like all the shoulds and coulds and haves, like have to, and more of in the moment. And that's one of the things that I want us to do with clients is get them into the present moment and experience flow states and joy to just like fill their cups. We're filling your cup. You can go away for the rest of the day with a filled cup. Um, Instead of we're just like draining you and making you over
Right.
intellectualize everything.
Right.
Um,
Yeah,
because
because
most of
talked.
my clients don't need help thinking more,
Right.
they need help having more fun and like organizing their thoughts and developing a personal philosophy that serves them much better than the one they come in with, if regardless of how aware they are of the story they're telling themselves. But yeah, it there's I think it also comes back to the relationship, building a beautiful relationship with someone.
Mm-hmm.
So I also think about, I've been thinking about the word heretical a lot, like a heretic,
Okay.
and how heretical thinking and heretical world building is so necessary in times that can feel or literally are apocalyptic. And by apocalyptic, I mean parts of the ways things are, parts of how society or the globe is run is literally unsustainable and
Mm-hmm.
needs to
Can you move
change.
your mic? It's starting to puff a little bit.
Is
There you
that
go.
better? Okay, great. Is it any better?
Yeah. Other. Yes. There's like just this like thud that's happening. It's okay though.
Did it go away? That stuff? No.
It sounds like someone's like crunching in snow.
Any better?
No, but it's okay. It's not. It's not detrimental.
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about maybe getting a podcast mic here and just doing the headphones with the sound and then the mic with better mic. Um,
So you're thinking about world building.
yeah, I'm thinking about world building and how heretical it is and how a heretical approach to building the world, like it has to be so different. And to think of something so different, you have to get yourself out of societal norms and ways that we're just conditioned to think and behave and believe. And guess what a way to do that is? Through play. Through play. That's how we break these scripts that we're like so accustomed to we don't even realize how much we're doing it.
Hmm.
Um, like a really good example of this for me is I never considered until maybe 3 years ago that I could call myself a writer without having a published written book.
Sure.
So things like that where you don't even have any sense of the rules and like structures and norms. Sort of like society is the freshwater pond we're all swimming in as fish and we don't like this is literally our atmosphere. So yeah, so I do think play makes it much more possible for people to see the water they're in more clearly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And imagine adding stuff to the water. And
Yes, because it has
yeah.
to change. Like
Mm-hmm.
it has to
And
change.
what's cool is like through doing that, you're coming up with new ways to problem solve. You're even if it's not literally your problems, but if we're making a new environment together, we're utilizing those skills of like collaboration, communication, problem solving, all of that through playing, which is like that's how kids learn. That's how we learn is through experimenting and exploring and getting dirty and making mistakes. And in today's culture, it is really hard for people to make a mistake and move forward. A lot of times we just give up and don't want to do anything else. Yeah, I'm thinking about at the hospital, somebody had told me I had invited them to do an activity with me, and they were like, no, I'm not good at that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, like the more we do things, like the more we we get better at them and become more comfortable. And they were like, I don't know. And I'm like, let me do it with you. And so I did the thing just one on one with them. And they were like, it's all messed up. It was an art kind of project. It's all messed up. It's not perfect. And I kind of reframed it of like, no, it's kind of like this cool mosaic now. And they were like, you always look at the bright side. Like, that's really cool. And it was just a very sweet, like, I don't know, encouraging someone. I'm being intentional one on one with somebody and being like, I got you. We're going to play together. It doesn't have to be this perfect thing. We're just going to play, and I'm going to be a human with you. And yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm thinking about how we're teaching ourselves and we're teaching people to fail. And
Mm-hmm.
then we're also teaching ourselves and teaching people to tolerate fear.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, I think there's something about role play in this way that helps people, at least it's helping me be a lot less afraid of putting myself out there, of playing, of making mistakes
Mm-hmm.
because the container is so soft and malleable.
I'm listening. I'm just plugging my computer.
Yeah, no worries.
The container is so soft and malleable.
Yeah, and so I'm thinking about how I think demonstrating that to our clients and demonstrating that to people we're working with is really powerful because I think sometimes people don't quite realize how much they can make a mistake and recover from it and move on.
Yeah.
Um,
It is
and
not all
I,
defining.
oh yeah, and I was listening to this talk that I want to send to you as well yesterday, and it was talking about how nature is iterative. So nature grows and grows and grows, and it tries something, and then it adapts and it mutates. And so the idea is like to put yourself out there, you literally just put yourself out there. Some parts of it fail, some parts of it succeed, and then you adapt and you iterate, you put yourself out there again. You adapt and you iterate, you put yourself out there again. And so I feel like we've actually demonstrated this with the podcast. Our first episode was, I think, maybe we're doing a podcast. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just keep going and iterating and I feel like each episode that we do becomes more and more like the previous episode because we're
Yes.
finding a rhythm. And so I feel like this podcast is actually a perfect example of what the creative process could look like and finding your inner voice and finding your identity and putting yourself out there and being silly and being messy and making mistakes. Like we're
Yeah.
doing it right now.
Yep. I love it. I love it so much. And we're gonna get even more wackadoo as it continues.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
excited to share with you the other podcast I did because I think Caitlin, you will get some inspiration of things that
Yeah.
we might be able to do together too.
Yeah,
Um,
I was thinking about that too, to be like, what did you learn that you could integrate? Yeah, I was watching this sort of webinar where the person was leading the group and he had some prompts that were, and it was a recorded thing, so I wasn't a part of it when it was happening live, but there were some prompts that I wrote down and I was like, these are things Olivia and I could ask group members to check in. Like it was
mm-hmm.
just really beautiful ways to create a space where people offload whatever they're bringing into it. So offload their emotions, offload their thoughts to then get much more present in the moment.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, do you want to share any of the things we could integrate in the podcast, or would you rather have me listen to it and kind of experience?
Experience it.
Yeah, I'm kind
Yeah.
of excited about the surprise element to just like be there and see what happens.
Yeah, and it's funny because basically in this podcast, he's playing piano the entire time, and throughout, I guess I'm going to share some stuff here.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm talking about something, he's like, could we, let's make that into a song. Can you sing about that flow state or whatever? And then I will start singing, and then he's like, could we do like a scene of that where like you're really worried about getting views on your social media, so like let's be characters together. And we did that, and I watched it back, and I was giving him some clips that we could like advertise with it. And I was like, man, I'm watching this back, and I wish I did this voice, and I wish I did this. I'm also really happy I did it, but I could tell that there was still some of this like reservation,
Yeah.
not consciously, because I still was playing, but like when I know my full potential of like just going crazy, that wasn't there, and I'm like, oh, we got there way at the end at like the almost 2 hour mark. I finally got there, but if I
Yeah.
could have incorporated it earlier, so I don't know. It was kind of an example of the creative process right there too.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I would love to listen and integrate parts of it.
yeah, and then my singing too in there, I was just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Self-conscious, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I had fun.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do my first performance in 12 years. It's going to be like one song, but
Where? What? I mean, tell me later.
it's yeah, well, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it on the podcast for reasons
Yeah,
that I can explain to you as a friend outside, but I think that I was just thinking about the idea of putting yourself out there, and I don't think I would have agreed to do this performance without moments like this podcast where showing that we almost hit the mark, but we're not quite there, and we're going to iterate it and we're going to try again. Like
yeah.
how freeing that is.
I mean, Caitlin, I agree with you, because I was watching this video back of me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, from the woman who used to be so afraid and had this timer in her mind that she could only speak for a minute, I was
Yes,
answering I was answering questions that were like long and talking for a long period of time. And I think you and I have given each other that space to practice talking and interrupting and thinking and being okay with not having the exact cohesive thought, but sharing. And I don't know, I was just really proud and impressed with myself, and I like want to thank you for being here with me on this journey.
oh, that makes me so happy. And I've noticed the change in you too. You're talking a lot more for longer stretches, and it feels like often when you stop talking, you really have made your point and shared
Hmm.
the thing you had in your heart. And I see less of the sort of like father time. This would be like the dark side of the emperor, like the
Yeah,
dark, the like destructive emperor archetype being like, you have 1 minute,
right.
1 minute. This is
God.
the rule. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking we try multiple role play next week with tarot archetypes, and see what happens. But yeah, we'll
I love
we'll
it.
decide. Um, but it was
Close us
wonderful
out,
to be here
baby.
with you. Yeah. So Olivia and I are therapists at Effective Artistry and Neurodiversity Affirming Practice. I'm licensed in Wisconsin and Illinois. Olivia is pursuing her license, about to graduate
Yeah.
in Illinois. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we both see individual, couples, family therapy. We're also launching a group um, called Discover Yourself Tarot, which is available to people worldwide. Um, and the first iteration of the group is free, and we utilize the archetypes of the major arcana to explore identity and help empower people. And if you're interested in working with Olivia or I in any capacity, you're welcome to reach out. If you have any ideas for podcast topic suggestions, questions, you want resources, you're welcome to reach out, and we would enjoy hearing from you.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. It's fun
Yeah,
to be
thank
here
you,
today.
everybody. Yeah, the rabbit says bye. Bye.
Bye.